Adam, how pleasing to get a win at home and hear that Newcastle chant go up at the end of the game there.
Yeah, really proud. Really happy for the players, first and foremost, that there's a fair bit of pressure comes on wanting to please the town, but for them to be able to, for these boys to fight the way they did and get the win, and then to see the joy on the people that have just kept turning up and been on the back of some big score lines and some disappointment. Yeah, it's great. It's awesome.
Talk us through the second half. Obviously, the 3 quick tries, but then the way you kind of just strangled them out of the game, kicking long and just holding them in their own end, really.
Yeah, credit to the players. We spoke at half time about playing an up-tempo style. I felt in the first half, although we gave them 2 or 3 errors out of our own end, which we didn't defend. That was obviously disappointing, but I felt like and the players felt the same, that we were punching a couple of holes in them towards the back end of the first half. So we wanted to start high energy with the ball, but end our sets very clinically and set up our D and don't get sick of kicking into corners. And I thought they executed that outstandingly.
How proud are you of the resilience you've seen in the first 4 weeks? I know obviously you're 2-2, but there's been some real moments there where this Knights side has defended and dealt with the injuries you've had at different times.
Yeah, that's probably been the thing that stood out. Previous or prior to tonight, I thought, and you might think I'm mad, but I felt we weren't that far away from being 3 from 3. I think I'd love to have had Jacko out there at the back end of last week, Jackson Hastings. I felt like we were coming home strong there, and I thought we could have got that game. And then obviously there was one in round 1 where you need your best players out there at the time. But I didn't think that we handled some moments in the first 3 games, 10-minute periods very well. We didn't execute, particularly last week, but tonight I felt that we did. So I think our execution was an area that we had to own, but certainly our resilience and our effort's been with us the whole 4 games.
You held Greg Marju back a couple of weeks, but club debut to remember for him.
Yeah, I think we just spoke about it then with the amount of carries. He had obviously the 2 tries and the meterage, but I thought they put him under a lot of pressure with the high ball. I thought he was outstanding with that, and that's probably what we spoke about over the summer. I know that he's got a back of the field carry, but there's more to the game than that, and he's worked so hard, and he's deserved it. It would have been so easy for me just to give him that debut jersey straight away because of that back of the field carry, and he had that in the trials. I thought he was great against Parramatta in the trials with that, but there was some other stuff that he needed to work on, and to his credit he has, and he won't forget his debut, and neither will these boys.
What about Daniel Saifiti, left here in a sling a little more than a week ago?
Yep.
How big of an effort was it to get up for today's game?
Yeah, huge. It's been a massive week for Daniel. He's had other news off the field that's been outstanding for our club and for him. But earlier in the week it wasn't looking great, but he just worked. And to their credit, the physios and the medical team have been outstanding. We've had some busted bodies for a while, and they've worked really tirelessly at trying to get these guys back out onto the field. So it's been a combination of the players' toughness and willingness to get out there to help, and then also I think the performance staff have been great as well.
What about Tyson Gamble, Adam? The fact that he can just slot into that 6th role and be that great foil for Jackson with Kalen out. Yeah,
got good depth in the spine. You'd like to think we'd learn our lesson over the few years that we've had where we've been missing spine members, and it's our depth has really been tested. But I feel like having guys like him, and even the amount of games that we got into Phoenix, Crossland, and then you've got Adam Clune playing in the New South Wales Cup. So we're very fortunate. To answer your question, Tyson's been outstanding. Competitor, everything, how you win out there today is competing. That's what he gives us.
Obviously, is it still unknown, I guess, what the latest with Kalen is? I know he's gone to Canada. Have you heard anything since his arrival? Anything?
No, I haven't heard anything other than what he's got reported in the press release.
What did you make of Jack's hit on Jackson, the one that got Jack Simbin?
I know we all say this. I didn't really see it. I didn't really see it.
Jake, you lost 6 games at home. The team had, sorry. How pleasing is it to get that victory today?
Yeah, it's massive. We obviously made a big priority that we want to win games up here in Newcastle. the town's a big part of why we get up for games, and a big driving force why we want to win. And they're very passionate, and they're a big part of this club. So to be able to go out there today and get a win for them and do that lap of honour, that's why you go through the tough times. And yeah, it was a really nice moment.
Adam, Tyson Frizzell, he only missed one game. How much rehab and that sort of stuff did he have to do to get out there today, and how well did he play in that context?
Frizz and Deese have done nothing with the team. We trained the team hard. We had a longer turnaround. We had a big week at training. I was a little bit worried about that at the back end of the contest today, thinking I've cooked them during the week, but they didn't do anything. Frizz and Daniel in particular, and then Kurt Mann to a lesser extent, they come to the captain's run, which was bugger all. So for them to just, put the gear on and come in today and then put in that 80-minute, or Frizz 80-minute performance is outstanding, mate. Yeah.
It's obviously a tough game next week, but you're going with a bit of momentum and confidence.
Yeah, we're going to look at it as an opportunity. They're quality opposition. They'd be obviously coming off a disappointment of last night. We're not going to Brookvale. We're going out to Mudgee, and there's an opportunity for us to really go on a bit of a mission out there, and to repeat what we did tonight would be great. We need to address a couple of things there in the first half defensively, but on a whole, we need to get excited about our week and go. We're playing a good footy team, but we're a good footy team, I feel, as well.
Jaden, Adam's spoken about the pressure on the players when you play at home, and it can't be much fun when you're not winning. Can you sort of elaborate on the pressure and all that, the expectation, I guess?
Yeah, I guess the bigger the pressure, the bigger the reward, and the better the feeling is. And that's the way, especially us as a leadership group, we've been working really hard on how we view the pressure. And we've had 2 games here at home. We won from 2, but we've put in some really good. Obviously, last week we didn't get the result, but it was a good performance, and today we got the result. So, for us, we know it's a very passionate town, and we want to win every game here at home, and we'll do our best to do that. But as I said, the bigger the pressure, the bigger the reward at the end of the game.
Thanks, folks.